at it again, and we have one here with Caitlin Bennett once again, out on the streets doing the good work. All right, make sure you guys go subscribe to her channel. Original link is down below. But I won't keep y'all too long. Let's dive in.
I walked away from the Democratic Party because the socialists have taken over. Black Lives Matter is a Marxist racist organization. If you're against white supremacy, you should be against black supremacy. You should be against black racists. You should be supporting equality for all people regardless of color. And that's why I'm a Republican.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 100%.
I noticed you're not white.
Right? I'm a black Trump supporter.
I was told those do not exist, and if they do, they're getting paid.
Definitely not getting paid. I'm out here because I love my country. I'm a capitalist. I support the military. And I'm a walkaway. I was a national delegate twice for President Obama. I was a national delegate for Hillary Clinton out of Florida Congressional District 15. And I walked away from the Democratic Party because the socialists have taken over. I fought against Bernie Sanders in the primary when I was supporting Hillary Clinton. But now Bernie Sanders has completely taken over the Democratic Party. There's no place for me in the Democratic Party. If you're pro-life, if you're a capitalist, if you support the military and you believe in strong borders, there's not a place for you in the Democratic Party. So that's why I'm supporting President Trump and Christine Quinn. And I'm not getting paid not one dime. I'm out here out of love for my country, right? I'm out here out of love for the next generation because I want them to grow up in the same America that I grew up in, where you can.
And that's a recurring theme that, I've been hearing a lot is, a lot of people have left the left. Or, what was the saying that, was coming up? I didn't leave them, or I didn't leave the left left me, because the left moves so far left and it's so polarized. And if you're more of a, if you're more in the center, you're not considered part of the left, right? There used to be a wide scale of people, and a wide scale, I should say, and people used to kind of put themselves all over the scale. Now on the left, you have to be far left in order to be considered part of the left. If you don't follow everything that the left wants to do, you're just a far right conspiracy theorist. And I think that's detrimental to the left's movement when you say you have to be far left. And if you're not far left, then you're part of the right. Well, then you lose a lot of people that were more centered, which obviously makes the difference. So, hey, that might bite you, might shoot you in your own foot. Okay.
Be free. You can grow up to be anything you want.
Absolutely.
You know what? Capitalism has delivered more people out of poverty than any other economic system in the world. So don't tell me about socialism, because everybody's broke in socialist countries. You don't see Americans risking their life and limb to leave this beautiful country to go to some socialist country. They're leaving their countries because of the poverty, because of the crime, because of the corruption in government, to live in the land of the free and the home of the brave. And I'll give my life for this country.
If you could say anything to a member of these terrorist groups, Black Lives Matter, that seem to have a hold on what
here we go.
What they believe they deserve is the black vote. What did you have to say to any member there, any leader of Black Lives Matter? Do you have a message for them?
Black Lives Matter is a Marxist racist organization. If you're against white supremacy, you should be against black supremacy. You should be against black racists. You should be supporting equality for all people regardless of color. And that's why I'm a Republican.
And that's why it always trips me up when you hear some black people say, "Oh, black people can't be racist." I'm like, what? Huh? You shame that white person over there, right? Because you consider them racist. But then, like, you yell and you scream all types of names and belittle them and berate them for wearing a Bass Pro hat and having a Chick-fil-A cup. You call them all types of names, and that's not the R word. Because I guarantee you, if it was the other way around, you flip that and a white person was saying that to you, you would have called it the R word. So let's call a spade a spade. If it's racist one way, it's racist the other. So be that simple.
Because it's not about being a black American or a white American or Latino. It's about just being American. It doesn't matter about being black or white. It's about red, white, and blue. All right.
Yeah.
We don't need to play the identity politics game in the Republican Party, because we all have the same kitchen table conversations about how do we get school choice, how do we get better schools, how do we get better jobs. We're all, regardless of color, we're all having the same kitchen table conversations about how we're going to plan for retirement, how we're going to put our kids through college, how we're going to make our community safe.
Nah, not the college thing.
And we're sure as hell not going to do it by defunding the police. All right. I want somebody to be there if somebody breaks into my house. I want to be able to support the men and women in law enforcement. I've got law enforcement in my family. We're a Back to Blue family. All right.
That's why I said, these communities where they say defund the police, we hate the police, F the police, maybe the police should just leave that area. All right, fend for yourself. They'll come running back. I guarantee it. They're going to need somebody to call when, them projectiles start flying, doors start getting kicked in, cars start getting broken into. They going to have to call somebody.
From a military family, we support our military, we support our law enforcement. So that we all have those same kitchen table conversations, and that's what brings us together. It's not about race. It's about having the same kitchen table conversations that we all have. We all have the same concerns. We want good schools. We want a healthy community. We want a healthy economy. That's why we got to keep taxes low so that we can grow our economy.
Do you think it's insulting that the Democratic Party thinks that they have a hold on you, they deserve your vote? How insulting is that?
Well, that's the bigotry of low expectations. See, they believe that they own you on the Democrat plantation. Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm like Nat Turner with the burner, coming through to liberate my people from the Democratic Party.
Nat Turner with the burner.
All right.
Okay.
I'm coming to liberate my people from the Democratic plantation, because it's a mentality of imprisonment in the 21st century. All right. They believe that if they keep you poor with food stamps, if they keep you poor on welfare, they keep you poor in bad performing schools, that they will forever own you.
Yeah, I talked about that. They take the give a man a fish rather than teach a man how to fish method. If you are constantly giving people fish, they're always dependent upon you, because they don't know how to get it on their own. But if you teach them how to fish, now you got a problem. They're not dependent upon you anymore. So if you stop doing what it is that you're doing, they can go do it on themselves. But that's a problem.
They don't want you to lift yourself up out of poor performing schools. They don't want you to generate wealth. They want you to depend on government. And that's what the Democrat plantation is. They want to feed you. They don't want to teach you how to eat. They don't want to teach you how to fish. They want to give you a fish every single day so that you stay on the Democrat plantation. Well, I've liberated myself, and I'm coming to liberate all my people from the Democratic Party. With my boss, Christine Quinn.
Yes. This is my chief of staff, Lionel Washington. We met about 4 weeks ago, and he just saw me speak, and he's been a part of our team ever since. He is phenomenal. He is the glue that's going to bring this country together. It's us working together that's going to make our country free. We need to support President Trump. You need to support Christine Quinn, 14th District, Hillsborough County. We thank you for being out here today. Thank you for all you're doing.
Thank you.
4 more years and support Christine Quinn for the win.
Yes. Why do you support Donald Trump?
As of now, as far as I've seen the efforts that he's done for the country for the past 3.5 years, close to 4, I've seen a lot of truths coming out of his mouth. A lot of phony baloney going along with, the Democratic Party.
I'm learning some new phrases. Nat Turner with the burner, phony baloney. Okay. All right. If you see me tweet any of those out, mind your business. Just like the tweet, all right? Just like it.
Although I have a lot of friends that I respect of their ideals. So it's like very complicated going back and forth, throwing articles, throwing each other facts and evidence based on each candidate that has done in the past years, as for the for the presidency. So yeah, I support him as a citizen of the United States. I support him based on my ideas that relate to him, and I guess that's all I have.
Okay. Why do you think other people should vote for him? If there's someone on the fence, what would you say to convince them to vote for Donald Trump?
I would say your best to do research and listen in to each and every person that will vote for him instead of, going by opinion or belief. Go by facts and evidence in order for you to justify your own,
good answer.
position of voting for President Trump.
Do your own research. That's a great answer. The left doesn't want you to do your own research. I think that's part of the reason why they force feed us citizens through mainstream media and through social media platforms that peddle BS. Whenever, a black person is harmed, oh my goodness, it makes front page news. Except when it happens in Chicago or Detroit or any of these other cities overrun by crime and everything else. It doesn't matter when it happens there in those places. Oh, but you let a white man do it it's front page news. White man extremely harmed a black person. Oh my goodness. Ooh, the boogeyman. There's the boogeyman. There he is. Look out for him. What about the black on black boogeyman? You don't want to talk about that, huh? Interesting. Okay.
Because he's a very good president. He's very truthful and honest with his words. That's why he comes out really blunt. But he's a very good person. He's kind. I've seen him a lot of efforts he's done for the different cultures and the communities around America. So.
What community do you belong to?
What community I belong to?
Like you Hispanic, I don't know what you are.
Well, I'm a Hispanic male.
Okay.
So I just go by, reason and ideas. I don't go by race as much because it would create some sort of offense if somebody else has a different.
I respect it, brother. I respect it.
Opinion based on who and where I am,
Oh, we don't care about offending anybody else. So, to the other Hispanic men, women, teenagers, whatever, to the Hispanic community, why should Hispanics vote for Donald Trump? That's a really big demographic that people are grappling over. What convince them? Convince the Hispanic community.
He's against socialism and communism that was spread around Central America. And we don't want it here because, it's better to live here. There's a lot of opportunities here than in the South and in the Central of America,
A lot of their families probably left communism and socialism in Southern American countries. I just butchered that. But yeah,
Southern
anything
America.
else you want to say about why you support Trump or is that, did you give me a spiel? You good?
I'm okay now.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. Thank you so much, Caesar. It was really nice meeting
Very
you.
much.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
So there you have it. Minorities waking up and as Candace Owens would call it. Actually, no, I think the black guy called it too. Leaving the plantation. Which of course they hate. And I saw something interesting in a video the other day. I forgot who I was watching, but they were talking about how Joe and the left now are calling the right extremist and a threat to democracy, and that's just being a repeated term now. And it's because the demand for white supremacy and these terrible acts from white people against minorities, it doesn't meet the demand that they need. So they have to create something, some type of bad guy or bad group of people to focus on. And now it's just the right. Even though Joe ran on being the great uniter, he was supposed to unite the country. Now he's calling half the country a threat to democracy. Also, even though I consider the left a threat to democracy in technical terms, I mean, they want to get rid of the First Amendment. They're happy to get rid of the First Amendment, right? Obviously, a lot of people leaning towards the left run a lot of these social media platforms. And what do you know? I think Truth Social was going to come to Google Play Store. You know what Google Play Store said? No, you don't censor any of your content. What happened to free speech? And what does Google Play Store have anything to do with a social media platform? Why do they care that they don't censor their content? Why do they care? And why is only Google Play Store in charge of uploading stuff to Android phones? I just have so many questions with that. If you guys haven't heard about that story, definitely look it up. It's a crazy story. But you know, you see a lot of this censorship. And then, of course, Second Amendment. What has Joe Biden said? It's not absolute. I think he just had some type of rally or whatever talking about the same thing. And he said, you know, you're going to need a lot more than a gun. You're going to need an F-15. And yeah, you're really going to take F-15s and jet fighters and all of this other stuff and launch them against your U.S. citizens? Yeah, okay. We'll see how that works out. I mean, could he do it? Yeah, sure. But it's not going to be a good look. It's going to look horrible. You taking the military to go in and stomp out half of America. And I think some military officials would probably say, no, we're not going to do that to our own citizens. That's my brother right there. I know he's not a bad person. Why am I going to go drop, you know, 1,000-pound, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. And what have they done overseas as well? What did they do with the, I can't really say it right here on YouTube. They have like a weird policy on it. But, you know, the situation going on with Putin, you know, that whole situation, the other country that they're going against, didn't they hand their citizens weapons? Why would they do such a thing if that's not going to do anything? Oh, I forgot. He's lying. Duh. You know, your weapons aren't going to do anything. You're going to need F-15s and blah, 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 blah. If that's the case, all right, well, give us F-15s. Hand them over. All right? Give us everything the military has. How about that? That's what I say. Since that's what we'll need in case, you know, the government goes tyrannic, give us everything the government has access to. What y'all think? Obviously, I'm trying to be funny here, but you get the message. It's absolutely insane. Shout out to Caitlin Bennett once again. Shout out to these two brothers here. I forgot their names, so forgive me. But make sure you guys go subscribe to Caitlin Bennett's YouTube channel. Original link is down below. Thank you guys for all of the continued love and support. I greatly appreciate you guys. Much love. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace and love. I'm out.